Hey, 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 you know who it is, your Philly neighborhood therapist coming through. How y'all doing this morning? So let me ask you something. Have you ever known that you need to change something, but you won't, or you didn't, right? Like, as a therapist. Now, I understand that me as a therapist, I assist clients, right? I went to school for this. I have experience in this, yada, 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 yada. But I also know that people don't know what they don't know, right? So sometimes people try to go on this healing journey by themselves, but you don't know what you don't know. The same mind that created the situation that you're in is the same mind you're going to try to use to fix it. But anywho, as it relates to change, I've realized that a person can have a doggone whole course on how to change. But there's reasons why people don't, and I wanted to tap into that a little bit. One of the number one reasons I have found that people won't change is the fear of change. Now, I know to some of you that may not make sense, right? Some of you that's on your personal journey, personal development, you're way beyond that, but just hold it right here. For those of you that know what I'm talking about, it's the fear, right? Because change, there's consequences of it, right? And even though change is good, there's consequences of change that some people ain't ready for, right? For example, if you don't like your job, you literally get sick from going there. You have anxiety, you're stressed, you can't sleep. On Sunday, you tripping because you got to go to work on Monday. Some need to change. And I know something need to change, but why don't you change? Well, then that means you have to leave what's comfortable, even though it's not conducive for your well-being. That means you would have to start applying for jobs. And we know that's a task in and of itself. Even with AI, still, it's a task, right? We fear rejection, right? Nothing worse than doing all that and get a rejection letter over and over and over again. The other thing, we fear we're not good enough. Right? We'll find ourselves applying for the same kind of jobs at the same pay range, right? Because we believe that we ain't never got it before, so why? So even in that one particular example, looking for another job, the job you at, you can't stand it. You know you're done with it. You should have been left. You told yourself you was gonna leave a year ago, 2 years ago, but you have not put forth the effort of change, looking for another job, because you are afraid of the outcome. Relationships. How many times you may know somebody, it ain't you now, you may know somebody, will stay in toxic relationships. And I mean toxic, okay? Very unhealthy. And please understand, in this video, there's no judgment. Understand? Because everything I'm talking to you about, I've been there, done that, and then got some t-shirts and everything else for it. Even in relationships, the matters of the heart, right? You've been with that person a long time, or you're comfortable with that person. Maybe that person kind of helped you through some trying times. Y'all bonded together, probably trauma bonded together. Nevertheless, and although you know it's unhealthy, although you know you may not trust that person, although you know that they don't make you feel good, and I mean not at all. And I know it ain't nobody's job to make you happy, but I'm talking about when people could degrade you, talk down to you, the way they treat you, and you still stay. Fear of change. Fear of change. Fear what's on the other side. Will I ever meet someone else that will love me? Right? Oh, I have 3 kids. Or I have 4 kids. Or I have 2 kids by 2 different baby dads. Whatever. Oh, these females out here, they just want your money. But at least I know with her, Well, these females out here, the way they talk, and they want you to have this and that. They want you to bring this to the table. And I'm still working on myself. Yeah. So you stay. There's consequences either way. There's consequences if you stay. And how is that working out for you? But there are also consequences if you go. But because you can't see on the other side of it yet, you can't see it. That's the challenge. Because a lot of times we don't believe in walking in faith, right? We want to know everything going to work out. And that's another reason why we don't change. Segue right into this one. Because we can't see the outcome ahead of time. We want to prevent rejection. We want to prevent hurt. We want to prevent waiting a long time. But do you know that's not realistic in life? You know it ain't. You know it ain't. Once again, this video ain't about judgment. I just finished working out and it was on my heart. So, if this video is for you, right, and in some way it resonates with you, you can leave a comment or whatever, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just know I love you. I'm praying for you to have the courage that it takes to make the changes you need to make. Doesn't matter. It can be your health, it can be relationships, it can be your finances, it can be jobs, it can be anything. Understand, those are the reasons that you're probably stuck, why you haven't changed. Now you know why, right? Because we always say, well, I didn't know why. Now you know. Now we got that out the way. Now you can decide, now what am I going to do about it? You may not do nothing. You may not, but you might. Okay? Okay? So just think about that. Consequences of staying, consequences of changing. The fear of not knowing what's on the other side is what's keeping you. I pray you're not bound by the spirit of fear. Not another day in your life. But you walk in love, power, and a sound mind. You have a blessed day now. You hear? Be good to yourself.